knows at times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. Cause loving me ain't easy. I know it ain't.
What's going on, and welcome to Black King's Free Game. Everybody, I know we getting close to Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, and it's time for everybody to come together with their families. And on today, we came together with our sheriff of Liberty County, Sheriff Will Bowman. Y'all, we gotta give it up. Give it up.
Thank you.
Sheriff Bowman. First, I want to thank you for taking the time to come and speak with us today, to let us know exactly what's going on in Liberty County, and we also want to congratulate you on your really good victory.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's like to say thank you to the people.
Yes, sir.
Without them, I wouldn't be in this position. So big shout out to the people for believing in my vision and the dream that I have for Liberty County. And it's very humbling to know that the people see that the work that I'm doing is moving us in a positive direction. So I just say thank you to the people.
Well, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Well, just like any other time, we start the show off, but I also have to present to you Brandon is in the building. Brandon Wright, give a shout out.
Mr. Kent.
Yep.
It's on you.
It's on you.
Yeah. Give a shout out to your people. Tell us how your week was.
Oh man, it was light. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really do nothing. We at the house, we cooking, getting the house together, cleaning.
Okay.
Ain't much going on.
But Thanksgiving is like one of your days too, where you get to fill your belly up, right?
Something like that. I got 3 plates to go get, so you know.
Oh goodness! Yeah. Oh, he got it all set up.
Yeah, he ready.
Yeah, he got it lined up. And I have to give a shout out to Kent Wright Jr. Look, Kent and I go back since red light, green light, Red Rover, to climbing the walls at Dorchester Center, to finding slave shackles.
Before that, Hinesville Daycare.
Yes. And also, he is a member of Troop 581, and he's an Eagle Scout also. Yes. Okay. We did all of those accomplishments together, and it's just good to have him in the house today. It's good to have him in the house. So, Kent, how was your day?
It was good. You know, I woke up this morning. God blessed me, so I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be with all these kings sitting at the table. So
late.
Yes, well, I appreciate you being here today, bro. Also, we have King Myers in the building. King Myers, how's everything been with you, sir? How was your week?
Busy.
Okay. Now y'all know he's a chef. Something like a chef. Are you cooking for Thanksgiving this year?
No, I don't have to this year, so I'm happy. Usually I'm in the kitchen cooking with the wife, but this year we're going to South Carolina. So
Hey.
All right.
Oh, okay. So y'all got a little ride in the morning?
No, it's not too much. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We expected Trinity to cook this year, but I guess that's going to be next year, right?
Yeah. We'll let her get down next year. Definitely let her get down next year.
Look, everybody, thank you for coming and staying tuned today with the Black Kings Free Game. Today is a very good episode. I already feel it in my bones and I feel it in my spirit, because we're going to just be talking about some things that really matter in Liberty County. And one of the things that matter is, look, Tez, you got the, bring that photo up for me. Do y'all see that? That says Georgia Liberty County Sheriff Bowman, big old check mark, 62, 14,000.
Yes.
14,000 people.
Yes. That's that makes me proud. It makes me proud that through all the things, that negative things that was
Slander.
exactly, everything that was brought my way, that the people they saw through it. And that's the thing that makes me most proud, that they know who I am. They know my character. They know that I just don't show up to take a photo. I'm there for the real reason, and that's to help this community, to help our children succeed and to be better. So big shouts out to the community for trusting in me and not falling for the okie doke.
Because there was a lot of okie doke out there.
Yep.
A lot of okie doke out there.
Yes. It really showed that my work that I've done all my life wasn't in vain.
Yeah.
Because my dad always told me when I was growing up, son, you only have two things: your name and your credit. And I take that very seriously, and my name means more to me than anything. There's nothing that I'm going to protect my name, and I'm going to protect what I do, because I know kids are looking up to me, and I want to be that role model for them, so they can see that no matter what people say about you, you just stay the course and you don't have to fight back. Other people do that for you. So that's what I'm so glad this community came together and saw that. We know the sheriff.
Yes.
We knew him as a state trooper. We knew he served 20 years faithfully in the United States Army.
Facts.
He never had anything else in his record. So all of a sudden now, because he want to help children, you want to paint him as a thief,
Yes.
crook.
And it's so quick, isn't it?
Quick, very quick. And you know, people are always quick to make things up on you and don't even have the facts.
Right.
Everything they brought up against me, it came back 10 times fold that the sheriff is doing exactly what he's supposed to.
Facts.
He didn't do anything wrong, but you can create that false narrative, as State Representative Al Williams says so eloquently. People gonna paint you any way they want to,
True.
but just don't give them the brush.
Hey.
Amen on that.
Hey. Now that's facts. That's facts. So some of the things, like you were saying, you know, them trying to paint a bad picture. You know what's sad is you got a lot of people that do good in the community, and as soon as they hear something negative, they jump on it so hard. I mean, it's like they forget about all the good you've done.
Yes.
Now, some things that you find out, hey, you need to scrutinize. But other things, it's like, come on, man. Like give this person the benefit of the doubt.
How do you get mad by helping children?
You got me on that one.
How? What's wrong with that?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine, because obviously they had a problem with it. Whoever, you know, having a problem with helping your community. I guess if those specific people weren't seen in the light too,
Right.
maybe that might have thrown them off, but that doesn't make it right.
Nope.
That doesn't make it right. And a lot of these people, you don't see them in the community.
No.
I don't see a lot of folks in the community doing or connecting at all. It's more like, okay, I'm here, I need your vote now. Remember me from 4 years ago when I came to your church? Or that's when you start seeing them, you know what I'm saying, at any church.
Yep.
You know, and then now they expect you to, you know, oh, well, yeah, I remember him back when he was a boy. Yeah, he picked up this lady's can before, and I remember that. Like, no. What are you consistently doing in your community? You guys can go to Walmart and accidentally run into the sheriff. And I'm saying accidentally, but just run into the sheriff. You can go to Big Lots. You can go basically anywhere. He could be walking in town. But I tell you what, if there's somebody in the community that needs help, or somebody in the community that's having an event, he make it his duty to get there. And not only him, his family, his wife too. They're there together, showing up and showing out for the community.
Yes.
So, and in case you guys forgot, Sheriff is a king. This is one of our kings that we look to for knowledge and help and guidance. So I want to remind you guys that Sheriff is a king, and he's a king in the community also. So sometimes when you hear all these rumors, you need to get a little bit more fact and use some logic and reality with it. All right, I'm done with that now. Because you know I'll go in.
Yeah.
I have to do something special today, y'all. To Antoinita Mosley, I say to you, baby, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Big sis birthday today. I didn't even know that.
Well, it's tomorrow, so technically it's on Thanksgiving.
Let's get that queen up half a round of applause.
Yes, get
Tell her when I leave.
a round of applause. Happy birthday, baby. And I'm going to do this for you, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Antoinita. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday.
That's a man that loves his queen.
My turn.
Oh, no, we good. We good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't want to outdo you. My bad. I didn't want to outdo you.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Need some more
My
water?
bad. No, I got to hold up.
Yeah, I got. Yeah. As long as you don't say it, we be all right.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, we have Brandon in the building.
Yes, sir.
Now, Brandon, I know. How old are you? Tell everyone how old you are.
16.
16 years old, and he's a part of. Tell them what you're a part of. Give us a synopsis on what's going on.
You want me to go to give you the whole list? Or
Look.
just do it like
just
a little-
touch on it, and we gonna hit back.
All right, so I'm in part of a program my friend Hayden Davis started. It's called Empowerment X, and it basically just promotes youth development within like our community and everything. And it is a black business, not business. It's a black organization, and you don't see too much of that, especially like around like the city of Hinesville, a
Facts.
historical black, town, like Liberty
Yes.
County as a whole. So I feel like this youth engagement that's on the horizons is something that's going boom, because we got a couple people like Mayor Rouse and Fire Chief. They're on board, as well as Principal Van Horn. So. And I'm an ambassador for the diversity and inclusion. But, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll do that back into
I got you. Well, you might have another ally. You sitting right next to somebody that is very involved in the community.
Yes, sir.
And that probably would give you a lot of guidance and show you some places you need to go. So, Brandon,
Definitely.
this is the Liberty County Sheriff Will Bowman.
Yes, sir.
So, as we get into the program, I want you to talk more about it.
Yes, sir.
And
Of course.
you said Hayden
Davis. Yeah, I got all his I done wrote it all down. I got his contact information and everything.
Now, Hayden has reached out to me before.
Yes, sir.
I believe I talked to him at Ties of Success. So, Hayden, if you're watching, yes, you see how everything comes full circle, right? It's right. You spoke to me already. I know there had been a lot of movement for me because I had a lot of things on my table. But you see how God says, hey, son, just like that. That's how things happen. So thank you for you looking into and wanting to be involved in your community.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That says a lot about you.
And that's a good thing that you're doing this, because we need more youth to step up to show other youth. You don't have to have everything, but all you got to do is have the will to do it.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And that's what it takes. And continue to keep doing what you're doing. And
Yes, sir.
You can't go wrong by being a part of something, because if you stand on the side, anybody can complain.
Yes.
I know that's right.
Anybody. But with that complaint, like I tell my guys, if you got a complaint, have a solution behind it.
Right.
Facts.
There it is.
Because right now, you just, everything you're saying is going to lay on dead ears. Because, okay, I can complain about inflation.
Yes.
But if I don't have a solution to help with inflation, I'm just another voice making a lot of noise but not going anywhere.
Yes, sir.
So you continue to think big, be big, and you will be big.
Yes, sir. Of course. Thank you.
And connect to big people.
That's it.
And that's part of that networking.
Yes, sir.
A lot of young people don't think that works, but networking goes a long way.
Yes.
A long way. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to somebody.
Yes,
You
sir.
never know. They might find something down the road that can help you. I was talking to this kid, and let me give him a call.
Exactly. Networking is very big. And speaking, everybody, this Lisa Thomas says, good evening and happy Thanksgiving Eve. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to you,
Yes.
Ms.
Happy
Thompson, for all the
Thanksgiving.
work that you do, too.
Yes, they just had their NAACP banquet. I couldn't make it that time, but I do know that one of the Kings received the Ralph Quarterman, the Shipman Award, I believe it was. And that King was King Boston. Mitchell Boston did receive that. So we thank you very much,
There you go, Mitch.
Ms. Thomas, for nominating our King for that award.
Right.
Now, let's get into some other business. Kent,
Yeah.
now in Atlanta, I know you were in the school system. Could you let them know exactly what it is you do with the school system, bro?
All right, so I'm in Marietta City Schools. I'm a special education teacher. I've been teaching elementary now for almost 17 years. My main focus is the special needs kids, but I also focus on our black kids because they need a lot of role models and a lot of motivation. I bring a lot of positive things to the table when I talk to kids. I make every day fun for them, and we have a lot of kids that are disadvantages. They live in like extended stays in hotels. So we try to reach out to them and do what we need to them to help them within the community. So the police officers, the school officers are fully involved, and we work together to try to solve and help out with different things going on in the community.
Amazing. Do y'all see how many people it takes to really make an impact? Because if you look at things, it doesn't matter if you know 1,500 people or you know one person. Impact is impact.
That's it.
And for him to be in the school system, also dealing with his class and also looking on behalf of the other kids that might be less fortunate,
Yeah.
once again, it speaks volumes. We appreciate everything you do. Plus, let's go, Troop 581.
All day. All day.
Eagle
Yes, sir.
Scouts. Let's go. Now, this week, you guys, I can say that King Myers has been very peaceful. He hasn't destroyed anyone. He hasn't really seemed that angry. And I blame a lot of that on Trinity. I kind of really appreciate Trinity being here. But hey, King Myers, how was your week?
Oh, lots been going on. Actively looking for employment.
Oh, okay.
Dealing with the situation with where I was working at before. It had took a toll on me for a little bit because I never went through that necessarily. I know it's possible. I've heard of it, but on that spectrum, never really dealt with it. So it was a lot of anger I had to deal with. Without going into great detail behind it, you know.
That's deep.
But I had to, you know, luckily for my wife, you know, kept me from going into that dark place.
Right.
And So, I'm just thankful to see another day.
Good.
Yes,
Amen.
man.
Shout out to your queen.
Yeah.
Shout out to you too. Thank you so much for looking after him. And Eddie, for you to even bring that up, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect for you to bring any of that up, but thank you for
I'm
being
an open
real.
book, man.
Yeah, I know that. But for people to share things like that with you guys, hey man, you got to show some appreciation because a lot of people hide things. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time there's a lot of going on.
Oh yeah.
So that's even with me. that's with everybody. We all hit those days to sometimes you don't even want to get up out of bed.
Yep.
You just like,
We call that being prideful, or sometimes stuck in the wilderness.
yeah. Yeah, stuck in the wilderness. And that pride is that's a big thing.
For us men, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely,
Yes.
man.
And yes, guys, there is a difference. I know that people want to say that. No, everybody's the same. Man, men are different. And it's not so much, oh, well, that's bad, you should let it out. It's like society never taught us to let it out because even when we release, that thing could be thrown back up in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being open and honest with people leaves you open to attack.
And sometimes you got to make sure you open it up to the right person
Person. Facts. Facts.
or the right group because they gonna take
Yeah.
what your weakness, your vulnerability at that time, and use it for some ill will if they really want it to.
Exactly. So we got to be careful with all of that. And yes, it can be hard, especially when you're dealing with men that, and I'm not trying to knock nobody out, but dealing with men that are real men, like grew up from the old school, was taught by old school cats, and learned. You know what I'm saying? That in that old schoolness, I'm not saying it just has to be directly your father either. It was just you and the examples you had of men back then.
As my wife said, she said, you have to be careful who you share your peace with.
Facts.
True. Definitely.
Because they would take that piece and make it as chaotic as possible.
Yeah. Even a therapist, you sharing information with them.
Yeah.
And then they flip it a certain way because probably they can't even relate to the situations that you're going through.
Exactly.
And it's weird you brought that up. Like there was a therapist that was on probably about maybe 4 or 5 months ago. But she would say that, she'd be therapist for men, black men. And she used to talk so bad about them. Like, they come in there with all this sad story. And I'm like, wait a minute. You the therapist? Like, okay, I get it. We need safe spaces, right? But when your safe space also makes you vulnerable, it's like, where do you turn to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it can be hard to get info out of me about what's going on with me. And I only have a specific group of people that I would tell, man. And that's bad. I mean, yeah, you got to keep your circle small. But if everybody was just in that realm of respect, it wouldn't even matter about your circle because people would hold themselves to a certain standard.
Right.
It's like, yeah, this man shared that with me in confidence. I was even told, don't say this to nobody else. That's where it ends, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Like enemy or foe, it don't matter. It's like respect is respect, man. And that's what we're seeing nowadays. Like with the attacks on sheriff, it's the simple just respect, man.
That's it.
Just respect. Why say that when you know he's done so much good? Well, you want to nitpick this one thing.
Because they can't do it.
Yeah. Say it one more time, Derek.
They can't do it.
You sure they can't do it? Because if they did, they would have already done it, right?
Correct.
Oh, so I think the problem is he talks about it, he actually does it, and it's not even it's not even a campaign promise. It's a fact. He's gonna carry through with it. Speaking of carrying through, what's going on with our situation as far as the jails? Now, I heard about that thing that happened I think it was Fulton County.
Fulton County, yes.
Now, if y'all not familiar, I think it was an inmate that passed away due to bed bugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bed bugs, unsafe conditions at the jail. My good friend, newly elected sheriff, when I came in off was Patrick Labatt. He was very familiar with the situation. He had already been talking with his commissions and telling them that they needed a new jail. And then unfortunately, they had that death that come and all those things because they tried to blame it all on him at first.
Oh, wow. They always got to find that guy.
But thank goodness he did his homework, his due diligence. He kept all his notes. He showed everything every time he asked and requested the new jail. And they, blew him off. But now the DOJ has come in. If they would have just built that jail 10 years prior or 5 years prior,
Right.
now they have a hefty tag, and they're going to have to pay about $1.7 billion to get that jail built.
Ooh, and that come out of taxpayers'
That's
money over there.
taxpayers funding.
Billion?
Yeah, it's not a matter if are they gonna get it done. They don't have a choice.
Yeah, DOJ's not playing with them.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be built. Now if they keep messing around, every day that you don't build it, it goes up.
Yeah.
So things don't get cheaper. And the things that people say, oh, my taxes go up because your taxes go up because people are in positions that are not doing the things they do to keep themselves educated,
Make
to
decisions.
go out there and try to find funding to bring it back to the community. You have to look at the background of the people that are sitting in these positions. What have they actually done?
Right.
Besides piggyback and take pictures of the youth that's going out doing things in the community and being successful. They're quick to take a photo, but they ain't quick to roll their sleeves up and go to work.
Go to work.
Yeah.
See, and those are some of the issues that if you had any idea of the stuff that I had to go through to get to our sheriff office in the position now that we're ascending, because we was on a free fall, but now we're ascending. Now we are doing things, getting our officers educated, doing the necessary thing we need to do, and our jail should have been built correctly. Our jail was built. The first part of the jail was built in 1994. Then we had a extension to the bill and to the jail in 2005. Yeah, 2005. Would you believe that the first tower is in better shape than the second tower?
Huh?
Yes.
So the towers around there. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And poor contracting work was done, so that's why we're in the mess that we're in.
Wow.
So that was one of the things that I had to go through and had to do an assessment of the jail. I went in and got the Sheriff's Association, which came down and they did an honest assessment of our jail. And they said, put one dozer on one side and put a dozer on the other side and let them meet in the middle.
He said, tear it down.
Right. So we need a new jail.
Okay.
If we don't, we're going to be in the same position as Fulton County.
Okay.
Now, being that this jail need to be built, so now we have everybody that ran for office say, oh, we need to do this for the inmates and do that for the inmates. Right now, we don't have any room for a classroom.
Okay.
To do anything to help educate them. I mean, we had the tablets, but we can't actually do anything to try to help them.
I got you.
Our booking room is just too small. I mean, it was good for back then, but not now. We've grown from 40,000 people to at least 80,000, and then the numbers of people that come through Liberty County on a daily basis. So we are constantly in need of getting our jail redone. So right now our jail is probably estimated at probably going to cost us around about $100 million.
Okay.
To get a new jail. Right now Bryan County is working to try to get their jail redone because that jail was damaged because of the storm, but it was in bad shape anyway. It was poorly designed and built as well. So their jail is estimated, and their jail is going to be smaller than ours because our population is larger than Bryan County. So their jail is probably going to be around 50 or 60 million. So it's not that we want I want to spend these funds, but it's best that we get it done now because we have a choice in how we can get it done. Because of the DOJ come in,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's out of my hand. It's nothing that none of us are going to have a choice in. They're going to build it, and guess what? You're going to pay for it.
That's
Yes.
it.
All right, sound like y'all might need a realtor. So you come up. I know one.
And the last 3 grand juries, because they always tour the jail and tour in the facility, they all recommended that we get a new jail.
Okay.
Our kitchen space is so small for the amount of inmates that we have, but we get it done. And they said y'all doing a phenomenal job for what y'all have, but this is not sustainable.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on now for this upcoming year, that we can at least get the process going to get a jail built, because it's this process. It's steps to it. I just can't say, we got to get a jail tomorrow. No, it's process to this, and raising funds and getting grants and bonds and all this other stuff to try to help build this jail.
Okay.
So that's something that's on the horizon, and we have to get that done, because I know y'all don't. You want to feel safe at night?
Yeah.
Knowing that nobody can just get out the jail.
Get out of jail.
Right.
We don't want that Andy Griffin effect. You check out when you want to.
Hand me the key, Andy. So I'm glad we're talking about that. I got a question.
Yes.
So in jails, generally, it's rough.
Yes.
And I get that. Now, I look outside of the United States and I see places like Poland and everything, and the living standards of these inmates is impeccable. And I'm not gonna lie, you see a softer side of the individual, because a lot of people are in the criminal space because they just don't have, and they don't know how to get, and the only thing they know is that. Do you think with that type of reform, like giving them a safe space and where they can relax and not feel pressured by the politics of prison or jail, that it would source a good outcome? Because they rarely get anybody to return.
Right. That is true. We can do that and get those educational tools to help those inmates transition out and not want to come back.
Yes.
So if we could just, my suggestion was do some type of grant program for them, so once they get out of jail or while they're in jail, they can earn a certificate, and then we can get with businesses as they get ready to transition out, so they can go right to work or go get a skill as far as welding, truck driving, get a driver license. That way they can have a start.
Yeah.
Because if you get out and your license still suspended, what you gonna do if you got to go somewhere? You gonna get in that car and drive. So now you're right back in jail. But if we get a system in place to help them get their driver license prior to them getting out, or have some type of forgiveness program for the offenses that they had when they was going in, they did well and got into a program with us, they got a way to get their driver license back. And then if they have to pay, then we'll just make sure we can have a grant program, a loan that they'll have to pay it back if we send them to school.
Yeah.
And then that's a tax-free, interest-free loan that we'll be giving them. But what we getting in return is somebody gonna have a job and gonna have a future. But if you put them out and they put them back in the same corner, what you think gonna happen?
Same thing.
The same exact thing. So those are some of the things that if we had a classroom and we get more medical attention for them, because at least 40 to 50% of the people that are in jail have some type of mental health issue.
Right.
And having a mental health issue and being in jail, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We can't help them. But if we had a place to put them in a facility where they can get some help, then that'd be great. Or if we can have a mental health ward built into the jail, then we can have people to come in and try to help get them through their issue. Either get them back on their medication or show them how they can get medication, and then they can relate to other people by having small group meetings to try to talk with other people and then try to see if we can help. And if our facility can't help them, then we have other sources outside of our facility to help them. So that's when we lean on the state to try to get those things happen. But it is all on what environment, how we set the tone for them when they get to jail. Because my staff, we don't treat people bad because that's not our job. Our job is to take care of them. Just because you're in jail does not mean that you're a bad person. That means you did something illegal at that time. That doesn't make you a bad person. Everybody in jail is not a bad person.
Correct.
They just made a mistake. And what's the difference between somebody that's out of jail and in jail?
They didn't get caught.
That too. And a mistake.
Yes.
A mistake.
A mistake.
Yeah. So if we can have things that can help them to come out and be productive citizens, then that's a win for us.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a win for us. So those are the things that we have to try to keep promoting and putting out there. So that's what my focus is going to be, trying to help with the mental health issue that we have in the jail, and definitely getting us a new jail so that we can be able to do all the things that we need to do to help our inmates, and also have classrooms, and also we can do better training with our guys, so that way we don't have to send them out every time they got training. They have to go to Foresight, and we can say that funding and do the training here.
That's facts. And also, we don't pay for the guys that's in their health care. I just want to let y'all know that again. They're on the Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare. Our illustrious sheriff has made it to where if they come in jail and they don't have health care, which a lot of them need because, like you said, there's a lot of mental issues. They signed them up and they get them approved. So now, even if you have somebody there for a short stay, they will have their medical care and probably have their doctor set up before they leave so that they can get the help.
Yep.
See, now that's what I'm talking about, man. You're trying to counter the behavior, right? So that we can get to the root of the problem. And a lot of people just want to say, you're a problem, come in here with all the other problems, and if you make it out, you make it out.
Right.
Nobody cares, man.
But the mystique from that people have been falsely given to the public all these years, that anytime your taxes go up or get raised, that it's the fault of the sheriff office. But that is totally false. The reason the sheriff office can only spend so much money because we have a budget. We have to give the county commissioners a reasonable budget. That's by law. And whatever we've said we need, it's up to the county commissioners to vote on to say, okay, we can give you this, we can give you that.
Cheers.
And that's a budget. Boom, we can't go over that budget. If we have to go over that budget, we have to come in and do an amendment to the budget, which would be telecast and broadcast at the county commissioner meeting. It ain't the sheriff got a checkbook, he can go back here and just write checks.
I know that's right.
It doesn't work that way. Anybody that's been in business know every month all the money is tracked. And see, I learned when I became, I've been dealing with money for so long, and especially in the military, I dealt with budgets, so I know. You never have anything in your name. Nothing. You let your staff and everybody else do it. So that's why when they came at me, they come all they want.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything in my name. I don't have a checkbook or a credit card.
Exactly.
Everything is booked by my staff. And then when I go to conferences and stuff like that, it's already paid for.
Yep.
I don't even charge the county per diem, and I can.
It's called accountability, folks.
That's right.
I spend my own money. The money that I earn, because that's the only time I'm gonna spend money. The money that I've earned legally. I don't do anything like that. A few nuggets it's not worth me going to jail. I'm not going to jail. I don't look good in orange or stripes. That's just the way I am, you know. Because when you ask me something, I'm gonna come to you honestly. Don't ask me something that you don't want the truth about. That's just the way I was built. Because it doesn't make sense. I've earned the public trust, and I'm gonna continue to earn it because I'm gonna do what's right because it's right. And my biggest thing is, if as elected officials, we have a duty to do what's right all times, no matter what. Because once we put ourselves out there, we're open book.
Yes.
We're open book. You can go out through my entire life and you won't find anything. You can look under every rock you want to, because I set myself up to do what's right, no matter what. So, and I look at these young kids and I go to these schools, you know how good it make me feel when those children run up to me and know my name? When they run up, see me in Walmart, they see me down the block, they see me at the ball games, and they know who I am.
Yep.
That was planned. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure the kids knew who I am, what I stand for, and what I'm about. Because once kids trust you, you'll get more information from them, and then you're inspiring them. And as I tell the older kids, you're inspiring the younger kids. So they're looking at your actions. If they see you with your pants down, they're gonna do the same thing.
Facts.
If they see you going out there smoking marijuana, then they're gonna do the same thing. They see you doing the thing that you shouldn't be doing, that's what they're gonna emulate.
I got a question for you, since we're on the youth, because we're about to go around the table. Brendan.
Yes, sir.
You're sitting next to the sheriff of Liberty County.
Of course, yes, sir.
What question would you like to ask Sheriff Bowman?
As somebody who's young, you know, wanting to get involved in positive engagement around the community, what can I do? Like, what events can I get involved in that'll bring more youth and people of my age to not be ashamed to do something positive for the community?
First of all, your local churches. Your local churches. Volunteer.
Yes, sir.
You got your hospital. You have, we have events with the sheriff office that you can get involved in. The police department have events you can get in. The boys club, the YMCA, diversity health. There are a lot of opportunities for you to be engaged. If you could, I'll exchange information with you.
Yes, sir.
And I can give you the information what's going on around in this community, and you can put that on your cell phone, and you'll know, so you can know exactly what events that you think you want to participate in.
Yes, sir. I love that.
And try to help.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my wife now, she goes to the Renaissance and I forgot the other name of the elderly homes, and she does bingo with them once a month. She does bingo with them. That's just something for her to, you know, and keep them going, you know, and having that positive contact with them, because they need a lot of things. And I don't like how they do things when they get a raise with Social Security, their rent go up. So how are you helping them? If you, as soon as they get enough to go buy, instead of one loaf of bread and some milk, now they back to that one loaf of bread again, because you just took the money they just got for a raise and you took their rent up. So they need things like that. They need blankets, they need towels, they need all kind of things of that nature. So my wife and I are doing that, mostly her, but I'm that support unit for her. But she goes around and she, when they have food giveaways, she'll go get a list of the people there that they want something. She'll pick the stuff up for them. She'll deliver it to them.
Right.
You know, she does some incredible things. So I'm proud of that. Once she retired from the military, she's actively involved in doing things with the youth.
Okay.
And there's another organization that's it's called Combat Boot to the Boardroom, and they are doing a lot of extraordinary things for the youth, the elderly, and what they're doing now is trying to get a group of kids that they want to take from Liberty County to the Capitol. so y'all can see what happens at the Capitol, how bills are established, and knowing what the governor's office is, the chambers of the politics that go on up there. So exposing y'all to different things. So that's something that we desperately need here in Liberty County. We have the historic Dorchester Center, and we don't have any of our school kids going there.
That's a fact.
How is that possible? That's a short field trip.
Right.
Bro,
They should be going there and learning that stuff.
yes, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about the Dorchester Center. Like they have the Martin Luther King room. There's a lot of stuff in there. Amanda Marie says, join the Liberty County NAACP. Ms. Lisa Thomas says, Manor House. And Amanda also said the NAACP Youth Council.
Yes.
And also the United Way. Now, to the point of what Sheriff was saying about the Dorchester Center, there's so much rich history there. Matter of fact, Kent and I were the ones that had discovered these it was some old items. Remember under those stairs we were playing manhunt back in the day.
Yep, that's kids. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know what manhunt was, but yeah, we were playing manhunt, and I was by the stairs and I just saw this crack and we started opening it. Then you go down, it was like a spot for the underground railroad.
Really?
Up under, yes. And then after we found those items, they shut Dorchester Center down. They did this archaeological dig. You remember that? So yeah, but we were bad. Y'all don't get it. We
Terrible.
and look, it's a lot of stuff that we used to do back in the days that we need to bring back, and history is one of them.
Right.
Like, kids your age, Brendan, need to be hungry for wanting to know this knowledge like you are now.
Right.
I mean, the organization that you guys have started right now is like our dream of seeing our youth do.
Correct.
And yeah, it really stands out. And the question you asked, and he's giving you his information, that's called
Networking.
there you go. And a lot of people don't do that no more. They just go on Facebook or Instagram and TikTok and they think that's networking.
Right.
That's not the form of networking that when you have a local community that can get things done for you.
Yes, sir.
They're right here in your face.
Yeah, I really want to get this thing on board because there's things going on in Alaska and at Anchorage, because this is where he started it up at, was in Anchorage, and he wanted to bring it here. So he asked me and a couple of other people to be his ambassadors, and, you know, of course, being at Midway and learning how
Yes.
to work with the youth and everything, and then being involved in other extracurricular activities at school, like dealing with special needs kids and just having a passion to do the right thing. You know, I obviously wanted to take upon that responsibility. So I'm really just trying to help him get it on board and then get it out there, as well as continue to still be a part of it when I leave high school and when I leave Hinesville and Liberty County.
It's called building a legacy.
Facts.
Kent, is there a question that you would like to ask the sheriff of Liberty County? I know you up in there now, AT alien now, but you know this is your home, brother. This your home.
Before I ask the question, I want to say thank you for what you do. My dad and my mom, they talk about you all the time. So it's like, I put the picture together. We met in Atlanta at the golf tournament.
Yes.
And then we came back full surface again. So it's amazing how God works.
Yes.
But I want to ask, what keeps you motivated and what keeps you humble?
Well, what keeps me motivated is the youth. The youth keep me motivated because I know my struggles, what I came through. And if I could be that beacon light for them to see that he started from the lowest point of what most people would say success. And now I'm at a point where I'm successful, but I'm comfortable at the same time, knowing who you are and not allowing people to make your decisions for you. So, and being humble, they just, I don't know, I guess I got that from my mom, because it's just, I'm not flashy, I'm just a regular person. I have a job to do, and I want to show people that what true leadership is. Leadership is not a dictatorship. You don't. If you got to have somebody to be afraid of you, then you're not a leader. A leader always seek people that's smarter than him or her. Let me get that right, him or her. and you embrace that because you want to be challenged as a leader, and you want to be able to rise above the challenge that are put before you. And if people can see that you can do it, and that lets them know that they can do it.
And that's right. And y'all don't get it twisted now, cause Sheriff over here, he got on his dog shirt.
UGA.
Yeah, y'all see them guns up under there. Don't run up on them and think it's a free pick, cause that's beyond the free pick, bro. King Myers, is there anything you would like to ask Sheriff? Look at him.
Nah. I mean, he answered the question. I think I figured you was going around asking questions, Sheriff Bowman. See, I met Sheriff Bowman a long time ago. Actually, I met him through Tiff, because him and Tiff used to work together. Question. I mean, to see that big gap between you and the other candidate. Now, we're not saying anything negative about it.
Right.
We only speaking facts because numbers don't lie.
That's right.
For you to, because I know you officially learned that you won, but then to see the margin between you and the other candidate, like, how did that make you feel as not as a sheriff, but as a person?
First, I was very humbled by the results. It showed that my work has been received in a positive way, and they see that the people see that I'm genuine with what I say and what I do. That's part of leadership. I mean, you give people a vision of what you see, what Liberty County needs to look like in the future. And you want to, when you take a position, you want to make it better than it was when you received it. And to this point, I can truly say I have definitely made it better. And I want to continue to work hard every day to make it even better for the future for this young man. And then his siblings and whoever else come in behind us, that when you leave that your time on this planet, everybody got a beginning and everybody has an end date. It's the dash that you want to be able to have filled in the manner in which you want it to be filled, and not the way somebody else fill it in for you. He was a good guy, but you don't ever want the but. You don't want the conjunctions hooked up to your name. You want it to be, he was a well-spoken young man. He did this. He accomplished that. He brought this to the table. He helped this many people. Those are the things that you will be rewarded for, because at the end, we all gonna get judged.
Yes.
We all gonna be judged, and you don't want, like I used to tell my soldiers back in the day, I said, you don't want God to say, let me look at your film. No, Lord, turn away for a minute. You don't want to see that part. You just want him to go ahead and welcome you on in. And if you keep that in your heart and you stay humble, you don't have to talk about you. Other folks will.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
You don't have to tell folks what you did, what you're doing, but you want to make sure that the story that they tell is the story that you want them to tell.
Yep. And that's facts.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable that we have good-hearted people here, and there's good-hearted people other places too. But I'm gonna tell you this: born and bred right here in Liberty County, and going all the way down there to Atlanta to help a whole bunch of people. And you got people from different communities that's doing the same thing. I guess my big dream to it all is that we are all acceptant of each other in a way that we can actually talk. Nobody wants to talk anymore. It's so extreme. You know, it's like either you going to extreme this way or extreme that way. It's not hey, well, let me hear you out. What's up? Without it being biased. Like, let me hear for real. Like, I'm not coming at you a certain way. I just want to know, why do you think this way? Because I know plenty of times where I might have had an idea in my mind, right? But I was listening to understand, not to react. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got to bring me down because I'm a Taurus, y'all. I'm bullheaded and I can be stubborn. Back in the day, you know how stubborn I was.
Yeah.
I was very stubborn, Sheriff. I'm talking about, hey, you can tell me nothing. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And the older I got, when I started having children and I started experiencing life, I saw how my stubbornness and, the way that I am could hurt other people in a manner.
Right.
Because I've been frustrated before. I've tried to explain something to somebody and they just weren't getting it. And I could have been right, but the extremeness of it, that's hurting someone. Like, you can voice your opinion to where you could pretty much beat somebody down just with words.
Yes. Yep.
And that's not right. That's not right. Look, I remember in high school, we had a substitute teacher. And I was clowning around. This one kid stood up and said, "Mark, you need to be quiet and respect our substitute." That's how he said it too.
I don't think so.
Look, I was a joker. Oh, you don't think that happened?
I don't think he sounded like that.
Okay. I really don't want to say their name because yes, this person sound like that. And after the show, I'm gonna tell you who it is, and you gonna verify it.
No, I won't.
I bet you will. But anyways, they said that, and boy, I went in on him. I started talking about his ears and all the other stuff. Oh, I was going in. So probably about 10 years ago, I saw this person again. I went back and apologized. The person was like, "No, I really don't remember it." Oh, you had to remember that.
Nah, man, he didn't remember that.
Yeah, he did.
No,
I know he
didn't.
did. Okay.
He pushed it to the back of his head and forgot about it.
Yeah, if you had to
That man
push,
probably had other life.
yeah, if you had to push something to the back of your head,
To think about you talking about him.
yeah, that was pretty bad. When you got the substitute laughing and crying and the whole class on the floor, yeah, that's pretty bad. But anyways, you don't want to beat people down with words. You want to at least listen. And that's what I mean. Like, people can be overbearing, right? So right now, kings and queens, we're about to come to you with some wise words. But before that, I want Brandon to get out the rest of your organization real quick.
All right. Trying to find where to start at. So this program is on the horizons. So it is. I'm gonna just read off what I wrote down.
You
and then
good?
I'm
good?
I'm gonna go in depth without the paper, but I just want to make sure everything was straight. But so Empowerment Next is a program of work that was founded by Hayden Davis. The organization has a mission of outreach to bring our youth back on track. And the organization focuses on three main issues, which is one being youth disconnection, which expresses that our youth lacks engagement with their community, which limits leadership development, leadership roles, and potential for leadership as a whole. We further express that the issues that are going on, such as crime and negativity figureheads in the community, like, kids my age thinking it's cool to smoke dope, sneak out, get involved in things that, we had no business being involved. And then lastly, we focus on the bridge gaps and the disconnection between youth and then local government, political government, public safety, and community engagement. And the founder of the organization, Hayden, he has met with a few prominent figures within Hinesville, such as Mayor Rouse, Fire Chief, Principal Van Horn, and then he was hoping to meet up with you eventually. But that's in the hopefully in the future plans. I pray and hope.
You the ambassador. You just did it. Didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
You got to connect now.
Yep.
Yes, sir. But they're pretty much all on board with the mission of Empowerment Next. And his Instagram is I don't know how to pronounce it. It's at IAM_DIJON. His email is davishayden801@gmail.com, and then his contact number is 912-531-2791. And now I'm gonna dive in a little bit of like the ambassador roles and what we have going on. So we have community engagement, which is basically building connections with local community and service projects while promoting our mission, and that's in like engaging with like local leaders or food drives, or just like pretty much ties into events. And then we have the public safety ambassador, which they facilitate safety workshops and promote awareness initiatives, and they also collaborate with safety programs. Then we have our event planner, which is basically our overseer of logistics for our events and programs to ensure successful activities. And then diversity and inclusion, which is what I'm a part of. So I advocate for inclusivity within the organization, and I represent unrepresented groups. And to give a little bit more depth, I'm responsible for finding areas of growth where inclusivity is absent or not as profound. I take on a mission and efforts to propose campaigns that highlight diversity and promote cross-cultural understanding. Then I improve outreach projects to further enhance DEI efforts. And this is just like a little thing that I wrote, and I said I had passion for equality and justice, as well as interest in seeing roles of leadership more diverse. I also feel this is an important role, or at least one of the most important roles to have in society, because diversity drives the success of our program. And division is one of those things where race divides, and bringing more diverse people together elevates the success of society. And to nitpick on that, like, this organization is important to me because you have a lot of people that are my age and Martez's age that that are embarrassed to like speak up about it, to speak up about the things that are going on. And my thing is, if you take on the wings of society at a young age, then you'll be able to soar through success. And indoctrinating kids to have positive mindsets sets positive innovations and initiatives for the future, because a lot of people my age don't understand that we are the successors of modern day adults. So like the responsibilities that you all have, we have to take on. Not saying that some of us will, but being a good person, you will take on certain responsibilities when sometimes they just come to you. Like you don't really get a choice. So I feel like with this movement and this organization on Horizons, it's going to bring Hinesville together, because Hinesville is a very historical place, and we got the people. We just we need to take those steps. We need to take all the steps that we could take. And it's not in my ambassador role is not just about race. It's about speaking for people who have disabilities. Like, I have a friend, Bernie, he has autism, and I'm in FFA. I'm vice president of FFA, co-vice president, and we work with plenty of special needs kids. Like, we have some things going on at the PAC Center where Family and Friends Day, and then we also have Special Olympics, and it's working with those kids as a whole. It brought a passion to me, because my dad's also a special educator, and then as well as my uncle.
Yes.
So having a passion for children and youth development has always been in my mindset. And then Midway, I use Midway as an example. Midway has, shout out Miss Claire, of course, Miss Claire Robinson, but she has established something that is historical and that is going to keep on going. And I pray and I hope, because the things that she's doing is what me, Martez, Shayla, everybody in the church, we're going to be doing the same things with the youth that she's doing. So I'm constantly like pressuring that the youth is the future. Like, we are the future. We take on those responsibilities, and we are going to be the successors of what you guys are doing right now. So we just want to leave a profound impact and kind of just leave a mark. And Hinesville is just not no ghetto town, or Broward is not just no ghetto town, or Liberty's not no ghetto town. Like, we have educated people. We just need to stop looking at the negative figureheads, and we need to make positive innovations and positive changes, because the crime this year, man, it's on a whole nother level. And I'm not gonna say a name, but we've had kids at the school that get locked up for murder charges, or silly mistakes that could have been avoided if we had something like this established a lot earlier. So being able to take on a leadership role, it means a lot to me. And I'm just trying to make my people proud. That's it. That's really it.
Brandon,
I like that.
thank you, man. Yes. And this has been talked about. Matter of fact, Sheriff King Myers, we've talked about this before. The kids are our future.
Right.
And today, that's all, Sheriff talked about that all day. It was like, hey, the kids are our future. The kids, I just care about these kids. These are the kids. Like, we have our own idea of thinking, most of the generation is crazy. Right. But you got to understand this. We watch TV and look at y'all social media just like anybody else. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we look at the social media and we don't even get connected with the kids that's in front of us because we just write them off. We go in a stereotype. Oh, they ain't going to know. Mm-hmm. We stereotype now.
Yeah.
And it's people your age that step up and do things like this. You and what's his name?
Hayden Davis.
And Hayden, that are going to make the difference.
Right.
Because when Hayden approached me, he was about the business. He really was.
Yeah.
He really was. And it's just hard trying to disassociate with everything that's going on social media.
Of course.
Just to be honest. So I thank you for bringing that to light.
Yes, sir.
To help us understand, hey, the people that is going to come up behind us are here.
And you have youth speaking to the youth.
Yes.
So it's one of those things that, that could really take off. And I give him his props because, he really brought it to, within like 3 days, he done had he had everybody basically just like right there. Like he just took it.
That's
so
when
I really give him his props.
Yes. Hayden, shouts out to you. Thank you, sir. Young sir. We applaud you also. Thank you, young sir. So, Brenda, since you just got through with all that, I'm going to let you go ahead and give your message to the young folks. Just some words of encouragement.
Do what you want to do. I feel like the problem is that we get caught up seeing what everybody else is doing. If you do what you want to do and you follow your own principles, not saying to follow unlogical principles, but if you follow your own principles and you do the right things, it's going to set you on a path to success. Because like I said, like the negative figureheads, you see these rappers smoking and drinking, you see it talking about booty, this, that, and the third. If you just stop trying to be like everybody else, I'm not saying don't have fun, but do it with responsibility. Responsibility and accountability is the two things that you need to make sure you have. Because my dad has wrote me about this since I didn't even know what the words meant. He was just using it. So now that I understand, listening, accountability, and responsibility, those are three things that I would tell you. That's pretty much.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Look, and now you see that when you were little, when your father was jogging it in your head, it was for a reason.
And that's where indoctrinating positive mindsets can set positive innovations for the future.
I wonder, I look back and I wonder, when did it take hold?
Right.
When did what my parents were teaching me take hold? When was the moment where I just said, aha, when I woke up,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My golly, was it when I had my first child? Was it when I was down, very down and out? Did it take hold then? And to see it take hold at such a young age, I commend you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Yes, sir. Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Is it something that you would like to tell the folks, all the kings and queens out there? Like, just to encourage their day.
Just stay focused, stay humble. Just put yourself around good people. Be positive. Give other people positive words when other people are down. Pick them up. Just be a good vessel, because a lot of people need that. Because there's so much of the mental health and other things going on, and like what Sheriff Owen was saying earlier, we assume so many things about people, and we don't really know them until you got to be a person about action. This man's a person about action, and that's how I am. I'm a person about action. My nephew can tell you.
Oh yeah.
I put him to a church where I'm at now up in Atlanta, and he comes back every year. I just had to plant the seed. Once I plant the seed for him to go, he does it on his own now. He's asking me, when can I go? I don't have to ask him about that. And the same thing with all these other activities we try to get these kids in. we just have to, start and see where their mind goes to want to do these things. It's just being positive. And I think that's something that in our family we've learned how to be, and even in the church, we learned how to be positive. Because I used to think it was funny. Well, I didn't think it was funny. When we was in Boy Scouts, we was wearing those outfits, and I was like, nobody thought that was cool. They were laughing at us. But in the long run, I learned a lot of different things. We saved the old lady.
The lady's life. Yeah, we did.
I look at those type of things, and I stand up now with pride in any and everything that I do, because it started with a foundation. You don't have a foundation, you have nothing. You have to build, and that's what we're constantly doing every day. We're trying to be better people, and we have these kings at this table. And with all of us here, as long as we continually uplift and build other people, we can't go wrong.
That's facts. And just real brief, Ken and I, we were camping, and we saw this older couple go by, right? And they were walking back in the woods. So we were playing, whatever we were doing, pine cone fight, whatever. Next thing we know, we see this old guy coming back, help, help. Right. And we like, what's going on? He said, my wife, she fell out. Ken and I struck out. We were running through the woods. And then we see the lady up against a tree, right? And it was like she wasn't really breathing. So, we were already first met. We were trained. We already had our patches and CPR and all that. So this is the thing, though. Kent went over there, and the lady had a mouthful of a dip. I think it was. So Kent look at me. I don't think she need mouth to mouth. I think she breathing. So anyways, look, we made sure her airways and everything was clear, but the moment was when they came out there and the helicopter couldn't find it.
Remember that.
And they looked at us Boy Scouts and said, set a fire. Why you do that? Why did you do that? We looked at him and said, are you sure? Man, we had that fire blazing, you remember? Helicopter came down. They had to bring out the forestry department to cut the trees, but we did what we were supposed to do.
We did our job.
Yep, and yeah, man, moments like that, man, you just can't beat it.
That's it.
Wow. Sheriff, is there anything you want to tell the good folks of Liberty County or the world right now, the kings and queens, before we get to Copernicus?
Well, I really enjoyed this conversation, especially with this young man right here. That brings joy to my heart to see that these young people out here are trying to get there. So what you're talking is what I try to teach all the time when I go to different schools to talk to kids. Have that DCC mindset, discipline, commitment, consistency. If you have that DCC mindset, there's nothing that you can't attain.
Say that one more time. What's the DCC?
Discipline, commitment, consistency.
Wow.
Love it.
Discipline, commitment, consistency.
If you wake up every morning and you keep that firmly in front of your mind and say it, as you say it, as you keep repeating it, you believe it. And as what you do is what's going to set the tone for your day and then that next person's day.
Facts.
Because they see that you're positive all the time. They see that you're on the upbeat. Your spirit is good. Your consistency of making sure that you're doing the things you're necessarily supposed to do all the time, and you're committed to it. So many kids jump into different things and do different things. As adults, some do it as well. But we do it for that moment. We don't do it with consistency. We don't do it with commitment. And that's how a lot of people fall short of what they're trying to achieve. But if you maintain that DCC mindset, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. So if you didn't learn anything else from me today, I want you to take that and pass that along.
Yes, sir.
The DCC mindset.
All right, Brandon. Quiz. What DCC stand for?
Discipline, consistency, and commitment.
Young man pays attention. Kings and queens, he pays attention.
A+.
Yeah. Announcing King Myers of the knowledge script. Copernicus.
Wow.
To announce to the kings and queens all of the wise words. Copernicus, King Myers, what is it that you'd like to tell the kings and queens today?
I don't know if I come behind the sheriff. DCC. Okay, let me see. Now, this is for the young man, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
The other one.
Hayden.
Yeah, you had to think about it too, huh? This is for Sheriff. This is for Mark. This is for Kent. This is for those who are listening, those who want to succeed in life. There's steps to succeeding, right? You have to first learn to smile through the trials. It's easy to smile when everything's going good. There's gonna be times when you're trying to push this program and people will laugh at you. They're gonna talk about you.
Already.
They're gonna put you down. They're gonna say no.
Yes.
You're gonna get no's.
Yep.
You're gonna get a lot of no's before you get that yes. But you've gotten a couple of yeses. But I'm sure you've gotten a couple of no's too, or he's gotten a couple of no's too. Right. Also, understand the process. It's a process to succeed. All right? You gotta learn to conquer, because conquering your fears is the number one thing. Because you're gonna be afraid. You really are. Before you met the sheriff, there's probably something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how this guy is the sheriff, so how do I approach him? You're afraid of that. All right. Next thing is communicate. So when you're conquering your fears, the number one thing is communicate. Communicate. He just gave you everything you need to know to say, hey, you can come to me. But you would have never known until you communicated with him.
Yes, sir.
Right? Educate. Educate yourself about the process. Educate yourself about everything that you can possibly think of to help your program, or help your business, or help your help succeed in your position. Next thing is evolve. You have to evolve. You can't be stagnant and can't be the same. All right? The way you approach him, you can't approach somebody else. Especially when you're dealing with money. Because people are hesitant to give money. All right? And the last thing I have to say is be determined. All right? Don't never let nobody deter you from your goal and what you're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
Those are the steps to succeed. And if you understood what I was saying, I took each word, each character in the word succeed and gave you your steps.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Wow. Well,
Love
Well
it.
done.
now I gotta follow them up.
Well done.
But the thing from everybody today is Brandon shows you that there's a connection, and that there's a search for the connection, which means it's not only us reaching down to pull someone up. There's somebody reaching up, which means we can meet in the middle. The thing that we have in our mind that they're a whole separate generation is falsehoods. That's what we put in our mind. So it can be met, and it can be met with you succeeding. But you know what gets you to success? DCC.
DCC.
DCC can get you to the point to where you want to be in life. And when you're there, don't forget that you got to be on the lookout for others at all times. How we unite is how we're going to build, you guys. Our unity comes with the structure. We got to have something to build on. And if we're being real, our foundation and our structures have been ripped apart. Now, we're to the point now to, are we going to continue to just blame? Or are we going to build? Because we can already identify the problem. You know how I know that? Because that's our go-to every time. Well, you know, my people went through this. And I get it, because it did happen. It happened. Now, are we going to continue to let that work? That's where I'm at now. Are we going to unite with our youth? Because I truly believe that even the current youth, the reason that we are so separated is for a reason, right? Because it's supposed to be seen that way. But I truly believe that these youth are the ones that can bring us out and start forming that foundation strong and even building on it. And that's why it's blind to us. Anything that's good, we don't see it. It seems like we just overlook it or write it off. Yeah. We write it off so quick. Nah, man, they don't know nothing. They not ready. Oh, these kids nowadays, they're different. Like, they're different in every sense. Because you got to understand, it was a different type of bad when we were growing up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we use fists. We'll get in the street. We'd have a fist fight, and the next day we'll be in the school tomorrow and dare somebody to talk about the person about what happened. Man, you showed it. Why you talk to him about it? I got that. I handled that. Generations change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like Eddie said, we got to evolve.
Yes.
Where's the evolving? We got to evolve. We got to evolve. And the strong thing that Brendan said was indoctrination. Everybody sees that as a bad word for some reason. Well, why are you indoctrinated? Well, when you're indoctrinated with the right stuff. I mean, because you got to have some type of belief system.
Yes.
In order to push you forward. Now, there's a whole bunch of bogus indoctrination. Like, I don't think people understand, with you not being indoctrinated, it's doctrination. Because now you just believe in nothing, but you still have that belief. You have that belief of destruction and chaos. So when we're putting and exuding positivity into our communities, that's how you build. Understand that. So I want to thank you, Sheriff, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I want to thank you, Brandon, for being here and speaking your words.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you, Mr. Wright, King Wright,
Say
for
less.
coming and stopping through.
Say less.
And I want to thank King Myers for always having the words to put down in your mind. Kings and Queen, I appreciate you guys coming up and showing up and watching tonight. But remember, always succeed and DCC. And don't you forget to evolve. It's Black Kings Free Game, and we're round. Yep.